In 1997, a team of architects, designers, and researchers at North Carolina State University created a list of principles that would be used to define universal design. Today, we're visiting Berkeley, California's universally designed Ed Roberts campus to explain what the researchers called the 7 principles of universal design. This is Power On. Principle 1, Equitable Use. A building that is universally designed is a building that's designed for people with all kinds of abilities. That's a general idea of a universally designed building. Now, for a lot of people that live in cities, the only way to get around is via public transportation. So we're going to jump on BART, which is the public transportation system around the San Francisco Bay Area, and see where it takes us. So we've made it to the Ashby station, and connected to the station is the building that houses the Ed Roberts campus. All we do is go in this elevator, we go up 1 story, and it opens right into the lobby. This is Ed Roberts campus, an 85,000 square foot building that houses disability-focused organizations. Named after disability rights pioneer and former executive director at the CIL, Ed Roberts campus has won numerous awards for its accessible design. Designers often tack on a ramp as an afterthought, but the team at LMS Architecture started with accessibility and turned the ramp into the building's centerpiece. On the wall behind the ramp, a gallery of photos show Berkeley's deep history in the disability rights movement. The second principle of universal design is flexibility in use, meaning that a building can be configured in various ways to accommodate a person's needs. In some of the offices, you might find adjustable desks, which can be used at any height depending on each person's preference. Principle 3, simple and intuitive use. This means that the design is easy to understand for everybody. So as soon as you walk in the door, it makes sense where to go, whether to the front desk or elsewhere, via practical, easy to understand signage. If you've ever used an IKEA instruction manual, it's a bit of an exercise in universal design. Very easy to follow, yet not a single written word. And speaking of signage, the 4th principle is perceptible information. This means that the design can communicate all of its necessary information to everybody. An example of that are the signs here at the Ed Roberts campus. All the signs throughout the campus are both in written word as well as Braille. The fountain at the end of the building isn't just for decoration. It also provides a reference point for people with low vision when getting around the building. Principle 5 is tolerance for error. This principle refers to safety, stressing the importance that the design minimizes hazards, accidents, or unintended actions. In the event of an emergency, the ramp provides a safe exit if the elevators aren't in use. Principle 6, low physical effort. This says that the design can be used efficiently and comfortably and with minimum fatigue. A building that is universally designed shouldn't be exhausting to get around or to use. In architecture, that comes in the form of automatic doors, elevators, and mostly flat surfaces. Principle 7, size and space for approach and use. This principle says that the building shouldn't restrict anyone by its size or space. So that of course means wide doorways and adequate space for wheelchairs to navigate, but it's also important that nothing is out of reach for people who need access to something. When we came up the elevators, there were buttons where you would normally find them, but also buttons along the floor if that's more accessible, and you can find this feature all throughout the building. If you're interested in visiting the Ed Roberts campus, mark your calendars for April 27th and join us right here for the annual Momentum Expo, showcasing the very best in transportation and mobility resources. Welcome back to this live streaming edition of Power On. Register before the event by visiting MomentumExpo.org. Don't forget to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next Power On.